Chaos erupted at Russia's largest oil facility as Ukrainian forces launched a series of precise and coordinated attacks that overwhelmed the facility's air defenses. The strikes caused widespread damage to critical infrastructure, disrupted operations, and sent a stark message about Ukraine's growing tactical capabilities in the ongoing conflict.
All right, another global news. The war has shifted from conventional battlefields to strategic economic targets.
Bright glow of light, a major fire, and a thick cloud of smoke.
Ukraine is amplifying pressure on Russia's energy sector. Moscow continues its bombardment of Ukraine's power and gas infrastructure.
This operation highlights how intelligence-driven strikes can neutralize even heavily fortified targets, reshaping the battlefield in unexpected ways. The attack was preceded by days of meticulous surveillance. Ukrainian forces employed drones, satellite imagery, and electronic monitoring to map the layout of the oil facility and track the movements of personnel and equipment. They identified key vulnerabilities in air defense coverage, including gaps in radar systems and response delays that could be exploited. By understanding the facility's defensive patterns, Ukrainian planners were able to identify the optimal moment to launch their strike for maximum effect. Once the opportunity presented itself, Ukraine executed a multi-pronged attack designed to hit critical points simultaneously. Storage tanks, fuel depots, loading docks, and transportation infrastructure were targeted with precision munitions. The result was immediate. Explosions and fires spread across the facility, halting operations and causing severe damage to the logistical network.
This is one of the most ambitious long-range strikes by Ukraine deep inside Russia since the war began. This comes just days after Ukraine targeted a major offshore oil platform in the Caspian Sea. Kyiv has struck one of the largest Russian oil processing plants in the city of Yaroslav. The Kremlin hasn't confirmed any damage.
The strikes were timed and coordinated in such a way that the defenders could not respond effectively, highlighting the precision and planning behind the operation. One of the most significant aspects of this attack was the inability of the facility's air defenses to respond. Despite advanced surface-to-air missile systems and radar installations, the Ukrainian strikes penetrated the defensive perimeter with minimal interference.
Ukraine is undeterred. It has been expanding its campaign against Russian energy infrastructure since July. On land, Kyiv has moved to striking Russian oil vessels at sea, which it believes are part of the shadow fleet used to evade Western sanctions. Russian refineries, oil and gas export infrastructure, pipelines, and offshore drilling infrastructure have been on its target list.
Analysts suggest that the speed, timing, and simultaneous targeting of multiple points overwhelmed the defenders, exposing critical weaknesses in coordination and coverage. This failure underscores a key lesson in modern warfare. Even heavily fortified positions are vulnerable when attackers combine intelligence, technology, and precise execution.
Ukraine has struck at least 77 Russian energy facilities between August and November. Moscow, on the other hand, has intensified its bombardment of Ukrainian power and gas infrastructure. It argues that disrupting energy infrastructure directly weakens Russia's ability to wage war.
The destruction at the oil facility carries consequences beyond the immediate physical damage. As a critical component of Russia's energy infrastructure, the facility plays a vital role in both domestic and international markets. By striking such a high-profile target, Ukraine inflicted not only logistical damage, but also economic and psychological pressure. The attack demonstrated Ukraine's ability to project power and target strategic assets with precision, signaling to Russia and the international community that no facility, regardless of size or defenses, is beyond reach. Technological integration was a cornerstone of the operation.
Ukraine is amplifying pressure on Russia's energy sector, and Moscow continues its bombardment of Ukraine's power and gas infrastructure.
This is one of the most ambitious long-range strikes by Ukraine deep inside Russia since the war began.
And Trump's Ukraine peace plan hangs in the balance. Our next report tells you more as to what is happening in the Ukraine war.
Drones provided real-time reconnaissance, satellite imagery offered situational awareness, and advanced communications allowed for rapid coordination between strike units and intelligence analysts. This combination of tools enabled Ukraine to strike with remarkable accuracy, demonstrating the importance of information superiority in modern conflicts. The operation reflects a shift in warfare strategy, where intelligence and precision often outweigh sheer firepower.
Russian refineries, oil and gas export infrastructure, pipelines and offshore drilling infrastructure have been on its target list. It has struck at least 77 Russian energy facilities between August and November. It argues that disrupting energy infrastructure, Kyiv has moved to striking Russian oil vessels at sea, which it believes are part of the shadow fleet used to evade Western sanctions.
The psychological impact of the attack should not be underestimated. The overwhelming success of the strike creates uncertainty and demonstrates the vulnerability of high-value targets, potentially undermining morale and forcing a reassessment of defensive strategies. For Ukrainian forces, the operation reinforces their capability to execute complex and effective missions, boosting both domestic and international confidence in their military proficiency.
Kyiv has struck one of the largest Russian oil processing plants in the city of Yaroslav. The Kremlin hasn't confirmed any damage. Ukraine is undeterred. It has been expanding its campaign against Russian energy infrastructure since July. This comes just days after Ukraine targeted a major offshore oil platform in the Caspian Sea.
From a strategic perspective, the attack on Russia's largest oil facility highlights how modern warfare has evolved. Traditional assumptions about the security of fortified infrastructure no longer hold true when opponents combine intelligence, technological advantage, and precise execution. The chaos caused by the Ukrainian strikes illustrates that well-coordinated operations can achieve results that would have been considered unattainable in earlier conflicts.
Ukraine is amplifying pressure on Russia's energy sector. Moscow continues its bombardment of Ukraine's power and gas infrastructure.
It argues that disrupting energy infrastructure directly weakens Russia's ability to wage war.
In conclusion, the chaos at Russia's largest oil facility serves as a powerful example of the impact of intelligence-driven, precision attacks in modern warfare. Ukrainian forces demonstrated the ability to overwhelm air defenses, damage critical infrastructure, and disrupt operations while minimizing unnecessary exposure. The operation highlights the vulnerabilities of even heavily guarded facilities and underscores the importance of intelligence, technology, and operational coordination in achieving strategic objectives. This attack is a clear reminder that no infrastructure is completely secure. For Russia, it serves as a call to reassess defensive measures and improve coordination to protect vital assets. For Ukraine, it demonstrates the effectiveness of patience, planning, and precision in modern combat, proving that even well-defended targets can be neutralized with the right combination of strategy and technology.